Hello, this is Nathan Aguirre, recording this video for to-do list slash upgrade for expenses. Yes, expenses. I'm gonna cover to-do list first because that's the smaller of the two, and it's more recent, so it's fresher in my head. So to-do list is a very simple app. Oh, I have to show off that I looked at the thing. Hold on. So as you can see, to-do list is done. Like I said, it wasn't much. The main thing about this was really was pretty much what trees and keys are, and I can show it off right now in the code. This is separate. So like I use simulation, like usually you have to run on an app or like a website, but for me it's on a separate, like, I don't even know what this is. It's just literally its own application. But here's the to-do list, and you can check it off. And the interesting about this feature is that you can sort it by descending or ascending, and it changes the location. But it also carries a check mark, aka its state, with it. So the interesting about this is that that's done using keys, and keys are kind of like the way you can update, like what is it called? The elements. I forgot the name of it. So there's two kind of trees: the element tree and then the UI tree. And if you can just have them like that, but if you want them to be switched around, you have to do that with keys. Otherwise, they would just, if you tried to move them around, the state wouldn't be moved along with them, like the check marks, and they'd be, I guess the best way you can say it, the check marks would be static in the where you selected them. So like for example, if I checked practice letter, checked it off, and I put sort ascending, it'd stay up. The check mark would not be here, and it'd be right here and explore other courses. That's what the problem would be if you just used the tree, the element tree, and the UI tree, but then didn't utilize keys properly. But with keys, you're able to move around the elements themselves with the states, so you can have it be checked off, and it updates in real time along with it. So without it, it wouldn't update, and it would just be whoever is stuck right here, the check mark. But with it, it's updated. That's pretty much the big part, the big thing we learned about this to-do list. And as you can see in the file, the keys are all right here, to do item, and then these are the keys. So I guess these will be the elements that get updated. Anyway, that's all there is to it. Voice check. Not really that big, and I find it pretty interesting to learn how to like update that kind of thing, because I don't think I'm gonna use it like anytime soon, because that looks really annoying to implement. But who knows, you know? All right, next code is I have to open a whole new tab. It's expense tracker. And let me just show off that I did the whole thing again. And expense tracker was also pretty smaller. Thank God it was a smaller app this time around, because I already had a lot this week. So thank you. Yeah, it's the same as just regular expense tracker, but let me try and see if I can find the code where I added things. I added, here you go, comment new. So what these are is pretty much this right here for new expense slash start. It's the pop-up. I have to run it, damn. This takes forever to run, but in the meantime, this is supposed to be the pop-up, like the keyboard space. If you're using a app simulation, like a Android or something, usually there's a keyboard that pops up, and what this does is that it checks for it, keyboard space, and it adds it as the width, and then it I guess it makes it a scrollable wheel if it's detected. That's the simplest way I can put it. I can try and show it off right now. If it'll load. Oh, that's weird. There you go. That's weird. There's a check. There's a freaking. It's being slow right now because I'm really messing with it. Oh yeah, that's slow. Usually you're supposed to wait for it to load, but I guess I did it. But anyways, if you try to like edit it right here, there would be a pop-up that says like keyboard, or it'd be a keyboard that pops up. Since I'm using a simulation that's on Chrome, it doesn't pop up. But if that would be the case, it would like, especially on this like tiny view, it would take up the whole entire screen, and it would be getting in the way. But so that would do is that it check for a keyboard, and then it add scroll view, and add more space. That's one of the things that I added. Try and find the new. Here you go. So it's the main theme about this the main theme about this widget, I guess, tutorial, or like this Flutter tutorial, is that it added a bunch of like check marks here, like if statements, and what these are meant to be, like right here, they're supposed to check for width of the application. So if it's in portrait or in portrait mode or landscape, if that's vertical and horizontal, pretty much. I don't know the actual terms for it, but it checks if it's less, then change some things, move around some things, and if it's bigger than a certain amount, then don't. It keep it the same. Like I said, the code is kind of everywhere because it kind of does it in a lot of places. That's the other one. Hopefully it works now. Yeah, so I can show that off right now. So in this, I don't run the app simulation like the Android or iOS because for some reason I couldn't get it to work. But so what it does is that keeps track. You have to use a separate like function to keep track of the data of like the size of the box. But if that's what we use to keep track of the width and the height, so we can implement these functions. So I can show it off right here. So it looks like this right now. But if you like condense it more and more, it changes to that. And if you do it horizontally, you actually have to open it like this. It becomes like this. So it's a different view. Let me show it off again. We change the size, and then it like condenses with it. Oh, so bad. It also works this way, so you're able to do this, and it goes on top. So pretty much what's happening is that we have a function that's a stateful widget that inside of a stateful widget where it checks for pretty much the size of the application itself. And after, like you saw, the if less than 600 or if more than 600, it changes the state of it. So in this case, it's less, so it detected that and it made it like this. That's why it's easier, more concise to read. Or if it's bigger, then it becomes this. This is meant for phones, but it works with my website simulation as well. And that's pretty much all. I would go more into detail, but I ran out of time, and yeah, there was 2 apps this time around. So thank you.